Welcome back to another video, guys. We're so happy to have you here, and I hope that you've been having and receiving a lot of value from these videos and that you're sharing them and that you are just taking in all of our little ideas that we've been exchanging. So today I'm here with
Nurhan, and I'm a youth career coach, and I help young adults create a thriving, happy, and successful life.
There you go. So any young adults out there trying to, seek guidance in your career life, you know who to reach out to. And my name is Allison, and I am a subconscious mindset coach. And I help you align your conscious mind with your subconscious so that you can achieve anything that you set your mind to. Now, I've written a book, and it's called Algodón. And this is a tool that anyone can use if you're trying to see, okay, how do I actually reprogram my subconscious mind? This is a tool right here that you can use today to start reprogramming your subconscious mind. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to look at the area of the intellectual life, and we're going to just pick our brains.
Yes, and share our wisdom with you.
Yes.
So, why do I enjoy journaling my thoughts?
Why do I enjoy journaling my thoughts? I love this one. I've been journaling since I was like 12.
Oh, really? Nice. Okay.
Now, why would this be something in the intellectual life? Because you could think, okay, I journal because I journal my emotions, or then that leads into the emotional life. But actually taking the step and deciding to journal your thoughts, I feel like that's something very smart to do, right? And so then that's where the intellectual part of it comes into play, right?
Yes.
So, like, for example, I've in my experience, I've journaled since I was 12 years old, and I started journaling after the fact that I read the book of The Diary of Anna Frank. Have you read that book?
Oh, yes.
It's a classic book, and she would journal every single day, and she would say something that I remember from the book. It's that paper is more patient than people.
Yeah, true.
And so at that time, at that age, when I was 12, I totally related. And so I said, okay, I'm going to start journaling and see how this, where this takes me, and how did it affect. And it's actually a very, how do I say this? Like a very soothing practice, but like I said, it's very smart to do so, because then you're kind of like really watching yourself of like what kind of thoughts I had, the things that I went through during my day, and how did I react. And then there's things where it just brings you more awareness.
Yes.
Right? And when you record your thoughts in your journal, then you're able to keep track of them. You're able to name them. You're able to just keep track of it. And once something that you want to make it like better, or like let it grow, or like just make it better in general, you keep track of it, right? Like if you want to reduce the amount of calories that you're taking, for example, then you keep track of them. You start keeping track of them. If you don't really care, then you don't keep track of it, right? But if you want to start this journey of reprogramming your subconscious mind and being like more intellectually aware, then journaling your thoughts is one great way to track your thoughts, track your emotions, track everything that's going on in that little brain of ours, and ultimately achieve the mindset that we want to get to, right? Yeah. Because how else are you supposed to change something if you're not aware of it? Yeah. Right? Like you have to bring awareness first. And I start off, even if like someone, for those of us that, or those of you that are watching and you don't think, okay, that journaling, that's a lot, it might be like a chore. Just start off simple, saying, okay, what am I actually thinking here? Like, how am I actually truly feeling here? Set a little reminder on your phone. What's going on in your mind, and just being aware of like, what are you actually thinking. And because who you are is reflected from your thoughts, right? You become what you think.
Oh, yes.
Right. And so it's like if you're tracking the thoughts, then you're tracking who you're becoming, right? And so then it'll all of a sudden it'll make sense, like, oh, no wonder I haven't been doing this because I'm not thinking about it. Or like, oh, no wonder I'm doing this because that's all I think about, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
What are you thinking?
Yeah,
Talking about
so-
thoughts.
Talking about thoughts, what am I thinking? Yeah, I'm thinking what I'm gonna say. So,
I'm thinking about what I'm thinking.
yes, I'm thinking about what I'm thinking. So, basically, it's when you go back, for example, to Science of Mind, the teachings of Science of Mind, if you're
Mhm.
familiar with that. So, it's basically comes down to change your thoughts, change your life.
Right.
So, the whole, like, the whole tools and principles and all of that, it comes back to what am I actually thinking in my mind and what is serving me and what is not serving me.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because the law of self-control says that your thoughts create your emotions.
Yes.
Your emotions create your actions
Mm-hmm.
or lead to your actions.
Right.
And your actions lead to your results.
Yeah.
So there is this. It's
like a circle.
It all starts with your thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's what the beauty of being aware of the subconscious mind
Mhm.
and shining a light on it, and also
Through journaling.
through journaling. Yes, shining the light on it. That's why it's actually intellectually
Mm-hmm.
very smart to do so.
Yeah.
To just come to the point where you say, you know what? I'm not a victim to life.
Mm-hmm.
I am not like I'm not powerless. That's
Mhm.
the word I was looking for. I'm not powerless. I'm in control.
Absolutely.
I'm
yeah.
in control
all the time.
all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the point. Not if you're not aware what you're thinking. So all these thoughts like, oh, I'm not good enough. That's so hard.
Mm-hmm.
I have to struggle in order to achieve something.
Mm-hmm.
It's I'm not lovable. I don't deserve money, love, whatever it is. So these are like all the limiting beliefs, and it's all thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
That you
So-
and subconsciously accept from someone else that they're not yours.
No, so, and because when you were born, you knew that everything is good with you.
Yep. Mhm.
Like nothing is wrong. You know,
Yeah.
you were born with a guidance system who told you when you're hungry, you would start crying.
Yeah.
You know, when you need something, when you want to sleep, you would sleep. So everything was actually
In harmony.
in harmony.
Yeah.
That's so even though you couldn't speak,
Mhm.
that's the beauty of it, right?
Mhm.
We were not able to speak, but we were able to express.
Right.
Why? Because we are attuned with like that
Mm-hmm.
source within us and guiding us towards what feels good and what doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
So then later on, we started to create our belief system.
Mm-hmm.
Then that's when the subconscious mind comes in. And then we get that from our upbringing, from society, from school, from media, ancestors,
Yep.
all of that. And we start believing it.
Yep. Mhm.
That's so it's and that's why the more you actually put mindfulness into
What you're thinking.
in your day, and you are aware of your thoughts and you're also curious about them.
Yeah.
No, because if my thoughts are related to my results, so if I'm not getting somewhere, if I have a dream or a vision and I have been trying for so long to achieve that and it's not happening, so
Go back and trace
go
it.
back and
Yep.
trace it. Where is the root of it? And it's
Yeah.
always a thought,
Yeah.
like not serving us, a limiting
Yeah.
thought, limitations.
It's like It's like when you don't have like a harmonious thought, you manifest it in disease, and then you also manifest it in like struggles in actual life, right? So some people manifest big diseases, and then other people's manifest big struggles in life. And so once you go back and actually observe your thoughts, you stop being the program, you stop becoming this programming that you were installed, and you start becoming you. You start becoming aware of the programming that you've been addicted to, because that's all you ever knew and you ever grew up with. And so it takes amount of like work and effort, but at the same time it doesn't, because once you are aware of it, it just comes naturally. It's like if you, because your mind can have a million thoughts, right? And most of them you have to be careful to filter out and see, okay, is this really coming from my true self, or is this being like a thought or an idea coming from, you know, like you mentioned, like from my family or from mentors or whoever the messenger was that delivered that program to you. It's such a good idea to just journal it and then come back and say, okay, wait, is this really mine or not? Do I really want this or not? You know, and some programming and some ideas are very useful. You know, we want to keep the program of knowing how to walk and knowing how to do useful things, right? But sometimes we don't want to keep the program of like procrastinating or like, you know. And once you actually observe your mind, because it could be running around like a little toddler, you know, it's like, shh, calm down. Like, let's settle down. Let's see what we got going on in our mind. Like, let's undo this big knot, you know. And once you start like unknotting it and then just kind of like filtering out and separating out thoughts and saying, okay, let me just kind of like maneuver through this big wave of thoughts. And one way of doing this is journaling, right? And don't worry about if you don't know how to, like, I don't know how to journal or what do I do? Like, those are all extra things, right? Like if you get an aesthetic journal or whatever, like if you get a nice notebook, or like you want to start doing this and you have to, no, don't even get excuses to get started, right? Just grab whatever notebook you have, jot down the things that are coming to your mind, and then go back and read them and say, okay, do I really believe this? Like, is this really coming from my own self, like from my true self, or is this just something that was programmed that I just believe and I didn't even give consent to, right? Because we come with a lot of baggage, you know, of like programs and ideas and things that we believe they're true, that we didn't even give consent to, and we're just carrying it on our own, and it's just so heavy, you know. But once you realize and you track your thoughts and stuff, then I go back to when I was 12 and I read my journal back then, and I'm like, girl, that was not even a problem. Like, what were you thinking, you know?
Yeah.
And then I read like even from a year ago, you know, it's like, okay, like I remember that, like that. I'm glad that I'm not in that position anymore. But I have so much love for that younger Allison, you know, because then it's like, okay, now it gives me perspective into like where do I want to take my thoughts in my mind, in my life, right? So the beauty of journaling is not just tracking what's going on or looking back to see what you did or how you were, but it's also like a map to tell you, okay, this happened before, now where do I want to go?